Would you like to learn a healthy breakfast recipe that you could actually eat as a dessert? Let's make chocolate baked oats. Hello there, Shelly here with Shelly Can Help, and guess what? It's time for another recipe. This one is delicious. You can actually eat this as a dessert, or because it has really good, healthy ingredients in it, it's ideally meant for breakfast. We are going to make chocolate baked oats. Now, there is a little secret when it comes to chocolate and how to make it healthy, and that is to eat cacao and or dark chocolate. Those are going to be your two healthy versions of chocolate. And so today, our key ingredient for this recipe is going to be cacao powder. Cacao is actually cocoa in its raw form. So it has more nutrients than cocoa powder. I recommend whenever you're doing a recipe that calls for cocoa powder, just substitute it for cacao. Within the recipe, typically you can't taste the difference, that you're getting twice the nutrients because it is in its raw state and hasn't been heated. All right, let's go. Basically, we're gonna dump and put in some ramekins and put it in the oven. It's that easy. So you feel free to double this recipe. You can also get the full recipe in the description below. Be sure to give my video a thumbs up if you don't mind. And let's do this. All right, we are going to, in my blender, we are going to add in some oats. It doesn't matter if they're quick or rolled because we're going to bake them. Now we're gonna add in our non-dairy milk. I am using cashew milk. Feel free to use oat milk if you want to go along with the oats. That would be great. Now we're going to add in our cacao powder, and I'm also doing a little bit of chocolate protein powder. You don't have to do that. You can do all cacao powder if you want, but I wanted to add some protein, some more protein to this dish, so I am doing a little bit of chocolate protein powder. Now we're going to add in sea salt and baking powder. And next up, we're going to add in maple syrup, my favorite sweetener. It's funny, my son, he is 28 years old, and he came over for dinner last night, and he said, "Mom, ever since you told me about maple syrup, I only buy maple syrup now, and when I go to someone else's house and they have that nasty stuff that's not real syrup, it tastes gross." And he said, "It even says on the bottle, does not contain syrup." So it's just basically high fructose corn syrup made to taste like maple syrup. So make sure when you buy it, you get the maple syrup, the real thing. It's delicious, it has antioxidants in it, and it has a lower glycemic index. Now we're gonna add in some coconut oil. I took the coconut oil and I just melted it in the microwave. You do want it to be liquefied for this recipe so it doesn't clump together. And we're gonna add some almond butter. Unsweetened almond butter. The only ingredient that the dish, when you're looking at the ingredient list of your nut butters, you want to make sure they only say the nut itself. It should not have added sugars or oils or salt in the nut butter itself. And the last thing we're going to add is an egg. Now, I have a little tip when it comes to buying eggs. Get free range when you can, or pasture raised. Those are the two best kinds of eggs you can get. The reason is those chickens need sunlight. Those chickens need to eat off the ground. They need to be able to graze in a pasture to help build their muscles and help their digestive system. If you're buying cheap eggs at the grocery store, those chickens are raised in a factory. They never see the daylight, so their eggs don't have much vitamin D in them because they were not able to get any vitamin D from the sun. Yolks are a very good source of vitamin D. Right now, vitamin D is very important for our immune health, and studies are starting to show that it can help prevent COVID and help get rid of COVID as quickly as possible by upping your vitamin D count. So egg yolks is a great way to do that. All right, now let's finish making this delicious chocolate baked oats. I have everything in the blender. Now I'm just going to give it a blend, and then we will do our next step. All right, let's put these in the ramekins. If you like chocolate, you are in for a treat. Oats have fiber, We need fiber in our diet. I say that in almost every recipe I make. The cacao powder is loaded with antioxidants. There we have it. Okay, we are going to bake these, let's see, for 25 minutes on 350. And that's it. Piece of cake. I'll put these in the oven and I'll be right back. Okay, the chocolate baked oats are out of the oven and I can't wait for you to see them because you're going to think, oh my gosh, that could be a dessert. It's still hot, so I'm going to strategically grab this, but I wanted to show you close up how pretty. Beautiful. Now, something you can do is you can top it off with some almond butter, and you can just drizzle it on top like so. And because they're still warm, it's going to melt real nicely. So pretty. You could do some slivered almonds on top as well if you want. This is a really good example of good nut butter. I get this at Costco, but it's organic almond butter and there's nothing in it but roasted almonds. That's the only thing on the ingredient list. So that's what you want to look for when you buy your nut butters. Okay, now, because I am going to try this really quick in front of you because I can. All right. It tastes like a brownie. It's so good. All right. Thank you for watching. Head to ShellyCanHelp.com as I get the almond butter off my teeth. Head to ShellyCanHelp.com to learn more about me and my services and follow me on social media at ShellyCanHelp on all social platforms. Thank you for watching. Get in your kitchen and make something healthy today. And when you do, think of me. I'm going to go for now, but I do have a question before I do. What is on your fork? Bye for now.